Welcome to Words on the Outside with Laura Bynum. Our latest reading is provided by Jennifer Handford, whose luminaries specialize in pulling the extraordinary from the ordinary, such as Wally Lamb and Ann Tyler. Jennifer reads from Chapter 60 of her novel, The Light of Hidden Flowers.
The good thing about hitting rock bottom is that there's only one way up. My father's words whispered through my brain. I sat up, wiped my eyes with the bottom of my shirt. I had an idea. With my pathetic flashlight, with squinted, straining eyes, I pulled Raina back up the rutted road toward the school. "Where are we going?" she asked. "You'll see." I led her around to the work shed. Once inside, I lit the kerosene lantern I had seen Mrs. Pundari light a few days ago when she and I had come to the shed for extra mattresses. Looking up at the corrugated metal roof, Raina asked, "What's in here?" "A motorcycle, I believe." In the back corner, obscured by cobwebs, was a little Suzuki 125. "Whoa, wait," Raina said, digging her nails into my wrist. I looked at her. "Help me," I begged. Raina and I pushed and pulled furniture and boxes out of the way, unearthing the bike. I had ridden a motorcycle exactly one time in my life, when I had gone on a camping trip with my schmuck of an ex-boyfriend, Jason. He had given me a perfunctory lesson on how to start and shift, and then had taken off without me. When my bike stalled and I was all alone, I had no choice but to persist in executing the steps he had taught me until the bike roared to life. Now I placed my hands on the handlebars, swept up the kickstand, and lunged forward with the bike. We brought it toward the kerosene lamp, and I inspected it. It had a key in it, which was good. The gas tank was empty. That was bad, but only a temporary setback. In a red container, we found some fuel and emptied it into the chamber. I sat on the bike, squeezed the clutch with my left hand, and clicked it into neutral. I flicked on the headlight and then found the button I believed to be the ignition. I turned the key, held on to the left brake, and then pushed the button. It sputtered and then died. I looked at Raina. I primed the pump and tried again, and this time it revved to life, momentarily, before it died. I gave it some throttle, and it roared, then gave out again. "Come on," I hollered at it, trying again, wiping at my stinging tears. This time it bucked under me, and it kept running. I looked at Raina and smiled. "Hop on." The two of us burst into tears, laughing at the same time. She climbed on behind me and clung to my waist. I gunned the engine, put it in first gear, and released the clutch gently. We began to move forward. The bike's headlights were hardly an improvement to my sad flashlight. Even so, we found the road and cruised along in only second gear as we strained to see the few feet in front of us. "Look out," Raina shouted, pinching my sides. Too late to brake, I saw what she saw, a scrawny cow sauntering across the road. I swerved and missed him by a few inches. After that, I took to honking my horn every minute or so. After a time, the blackness that circumscribed us, the drone of the bike, the cool and crisp air, the confetti of stars in the sky all enveloped me like a hug. The terror I had suffered at first was gone. The adrenaline that had fueled us to this point receded. Now, even though I had yet to reach Kate, I felt as though I were being transported toward her, as though I were floating her way, somehow both leaving and entering at the same time. I would save her. I knew who I was and where I was, exactly on the line that separated safety from risk. I had a toe on each side. If Kate was in danger, I would save her. I would risk life and limb to rescue her. "I can see civilization," Raina said, digging her chin into my shoulder. Once the outskirts of town emerged from darkness, we were able to see streets populated with a scattering of homes. We veered right at the stop sign and then left at the next one. Anita's house was the fourth on the left, down a narrow dirt road. I stopped the bike, killed the engine, and climbed off. "Now what?" I said. "It's after midnight. Do I just go up to the door and ask if Kate and Anita are smoking ancient herbs?" "Yeah, you do that," Raina rolled her eyes. "There's no way to do this without looking like I'm checking in." "You are checking in, and Anita's parents won't think a thing about it. They're parents, too." I opened my eyes wide, reminding her that I wasn't a parent. "Well," she said, "you're acting like a parent." "Fair enough." I worked through my options as we walked up to Anita's family's house. "Hello, Shri and Adesh. We were just out for a drive. Thought we'd check in. Thought I'd talk briefly with Kate about the Just Say No campaign we were subjected to as kids. Or maybe I'd speak with Shri and Adesh alone, tell them about Kate's issues at school this year, how peer pressure to fit in had led her to some at-risk behavior. I'd come to no decision before we found ourselves standing at the door. Raina knocked. Shri opened the door, wrapped in a blanket, seemingly half asleep. An awkward silence. "Forgive me," I said. "I just wanted to check in. Do you mind if I go see Kate?" "Of course," Shri said, "but she's not in Anita's room." I swallowed hard. Here it was, the news that Kate and Anita were unsupervised, smoking dope or worse, with boys in a club. "Where are they?" I asked. "On the roof," Shri said, "with Anita's father. They're waiting for the eclipse." "Oh, yeah, the eclipse," I said, having totally forgotten about that detail. Shri led us through the house, a modest two-room structure. I noted the efficient use of space, how every table or countertop was fitted with shelves underneath. We passed through the kitchen, a space the size of a walk-in closet, with pots stacked carefully atop the one-burner stove, and exited through the back door. Shri pointed to a ladder secured against the side of the house. "You check it out," Raina whispered. Quietly, I climbed the ladder. When I reached the top rung, I stopped. Above me, I saw a wonderland of purple-black sky dotted with an explosion of pink stars. And on the tin rooftop before me, I saw Kate and Anita sprawled on their bellies on a picnic blanket, absorbed in a game of Scrabble under a flashlight's beam. Kate's smile bloomed in the darkness, so natural, so at ease, so the opposite of the anxiety-ridden girl who'd almost made a bad decision in middle school. Adesh was absorbed too, kneeling on a pad, his eye pressed against the telescope. I beheld a palette of beauty, the visual, the sensual, the ephemeral. A girl, her friend's father, the limitless sky in all its splendor, peace and joy on a tin rooftop. This was it, the ultimate boon, the step in the hero's journey that represented the goal of the quest, the reason the hero took the journey to begin with. Kate's heart had found a soft landing. She had experienced her revelation. She had felt friendship at its sweetest. I edged my way down the ladder before any of them had had a chance to detect me. "Everything okay?" Raina asked. "Everything is great," I said, and then I turned to Shri. "I'm not Kate's mom, you know, but on this trip she's like my daughter. She's my responsibility. And the simple fact is, I just had a panic attack and felt like I needed to see her. I hope you understand." "I do," she said. Her voice was soft. "Don't tell her I was here. Mom is the word." "Mum," Raina corrected. "Mum's the word." "Mum and Mom," I said. "They go hand in hand," Shri assured me. "Let's vamoose," Raina said, hopping on the back of the bike. We absconded into the blackness, with Raina's arms wrapped tightly around my waist, her head resting on my shoulder. A safe distance from Anita's family's house, I laughed out loud, let loose a giant whoop. I had found my ultimate boon, too. Raina and I drove home beneath the light from the penumbral moon. Though a shadow obscured us, I never felt so entirely bathed in light.